Peace, guys. I hope y'all doing well today. I really do. Let's get some messages. So, I don't know what's going out there in the spiritual streets, but if you guys see anything inappropriate posted about me, that stuff is not true. I value who I am. I value myself. I know my worth. I would not sleep around with just anybody. I am very particular about who I mess with. And anyone who's lying on me, you're not going to have no luck. Anyone who's made a fake page of me and you're lying, saying that I slept with you or gave you something, that is a lie. That is not how I carry myself. I am a woman of value, and because of that, that is the reason why someone wants to mess up my reputation, because this person doesn't want me to have nobody. So what do? They do the very opposite, or they say the very opposite of what you represent, because then it causes you to have blockages in your relationships, So if you've ever been in a situation where like people were sent to you through your ex, let's just say you were dating somebody and you found out that the person that you were connected to, the person you were dating, you found out that that person was connected to somebody that they knew. It was all a setup. You thinking that you're getting to know somebody, you're growing, and this person, you don't know that when you guys are possibly intimate or something, they get a picture of you or something, you think that things are going good. You think that this person is honest. You come to find out that this person was playing the game all along. That's hurtful. And if you're a man doing that, it's no possible way for you to have any luck living to bring someone down, especially someone who was genuine and kind to you. Any woman who has gone through a smear campaign where someone wants to mess up your reputation because of who you are and what you represent, the Most High God is always in control, And so with that said, maybe you may have dated one guy 1 year, then another guy maybe another year, or 6 months later, or 7 months later, or 8 months, because you're single. That's just normal. And the person that you may have dated, maybe 3 guys, and the goal was to get a picture of you or something. Grown people do this. Be careful of men that you're dating. Be careful of the men that you're connected to, ladies. Men are, these men, not all, but some of these men are mean, and they are insecure. So maybe you dated somebody. You never even dated this person. You guys went out you celebrated this person's birthday, and they wanted a picture of you. You were like, why did this person want a picture of you? You didn't realize that, you took a picture with the person thinking that it was, just all fun and games. Come to find out, this person was up to an agenda. So, with that said, I'm just tell you a story, and I should have called the police on this person. But if I find out that this person, who's a lawyer, has anything to do with this, it's gonna be a problem. But anyway, I was dating a lawyer, and we were really good friends. At least that's what I thought. Like, he would, buy me gifts and stuff. We had a really nice relationship, and it took me a while to get intimate with this person. But eventually, I did, because I thought that me and this person would, possibly grow or something. With that said, one day I went over to this person's house, and this was maybe like a year ago. It's been a long time, but that's the last person I've dated in a long time. But with that said, went to this person's house, and he had alcohol out, and we both had shots, but I don't do alcohol well. Like I can't handle my alcohol intake because I'm just not a drinker. I don't even drink since then. But all I know is I blacked out. But me knowing or thinking that I knew this person was a good friend, thinking that we were trying to at least grow into something serious, I thought that I could do that with this person. But if I find out this person has anything to do with this, it's just Anyway, with that said, the next day I woke up and I didn't have any clothes on. And so, like, if these are pictures that this person has posted of me, because I trusted this person, thinking that this person had my best intentions, if these are pictures that maybe are posted and they're connected somehow to my kid's father or something, I'm gonna be very I'm already upset because I don't know what's going on. But it's weird because every time I meet somebody, like let's just say I'm going to church or going anywhere, the next time I meet with the same people and I say, hi, how you doing? They act weird towards me. It's like people are whispering into these people's ears saying whatever or showing them something. And even like this guy randomly at the store where I was getting my phone fixed, it was a girl in the store doing this. And this guy who was fixing my phone was saying little subliminal messages that made me feel like, he knows what's going on. But for some reason, like I was going there to get my phone fixed. All of a sudden, the phone is not, he told me that the phone would not be connected. When I called my kids on the phone, they're like, hey, Mom, you got a new number. Like, they weren't supposed to know that, With that said, this person knew I had a new number before I even called anybody. So it's just, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. And, if anyone has seen anything appropriate of me on the internet and you hear like people saying negative things about me, that is not my character. I do not get down with the get down. I'm not, I don't, I'm very, very, respectful when it comes to my body. I love myself, and anyone trying to tank my image and make it seem as if it's something else, that's not the truth, because there definitely is manipulation and lies that are going on. And I definitely have to do a reading on this, because this is just not, it's gotten this bad, So with that said, I should have called the police that night. I didn't call the police because I don't know. Like, at the time I was very kind, but it's just like, what did this person do? I don't know what they did, and I should, I trusted that person. And I'm embarrassed to even say this, but if I find out that those are the pictures, if those are pictures that are posted, or if this person did post anything, it's gonna be a problem. No, I do not. I've never like I don't know what people are saying about me, but people will have a rude awakening because this person is trying to paint me out to be something that I'm not. Because even like, I went to the candle store, and one of the, they were my friends, but their son, he's a little off or whatever. He came up to me and squeezed my breast. And I filed a police report on him. Because if you're, I don't know what this person is doing. Like if he's, I don't know. It's to the point where I have to say something about this because it's really, it's getting out of hand. And the thing is, you can't call the police if someone's throwing rocks and hiding their hand. But what it looks like is someone's lying and saying that I sleep with men for money, and that's just not the truth. That's a lie. I would never do that. I would never do that. And for anyone to lie on my character, that's not cool. You know, definitely some lies going on. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Like, I don't know, like, you know, I don't know if this person is trying to make me get to the point where I want to leave here. You know, I've always wanted to do that, but this is not the way. This is not good because of, you know, someone's throwing rocks and hiding their hands. They're allowing and paying other people to do their dirty work. You can't complain about the person who's doing it because they're the ones that are, you know, having others do their dirty work. But I'm only getting this message out because if anyone has like seen anything, I'm just, you know, or like, you know, I have to even explain to my children, like, that's a lie, you know. But if anyone's doing that, you're not gonna have no luck. And if I find out that them pictures, like you took pictures of me in a very vulnerable state, thinking that, you know, me and you were like, you know, going to be serious and stuff, but you were connected to my ex all along, you're not going to have no luck. And you a lawyer too? Baby, you're not going to have no luck. But anyway, let's start this reading. So let's go. You know, I just had to put that out there because people are mean-spirited and hateful. So anyway, let's get started. It is no possible way you will be able to get nothing out of me. So if you ever think that you could pay me, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. If you ever think that I would exchange money for sex, you in for a rude awakening. It's a lie. Whoever told you that, they're lying. They're lying a whole lot. And I respect my body. I take care of my body. I love my body. And it is nothing that I would do to betray my body. Now, I've done, like, that time I was very, I guess you would say I wasn't as I was too open. Like, you know, you got to be protective. Everybody don't have your best interests. So with that said, that could have been, I trusted that person. I didn't think that person, I don't just sit here and drink with anybody. Like, from that day, I never drank again. I don't even drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. But that day, I was just so happy to be with that person because that's a person that I really liked at one point. Like, I really liked that person. You know, we were supposed to do a lot of things together, which is what I thought. But maybe, like, what I'm getting is, like, from my past relationships, well, you know, I didn't have many. I may have talked to like 3 guys, you know, in the past maybe 2 years. So with that said, I've never been promiscuous. And the person who's lying on me, because I went out to eat with that person for their birthday, we went to a nightclub. I dropped him off and I went home. So if anyone's lying and saying anything other than what I represent as a divine femme, you know, I am an empress, I am a divine femme, I do love myself. If you're saying anything, you're not gonna have no luck lying on someone's character, saying that they sleep around or they get paid for money. That is, I would never do that. I would never do that. I've never done that. It's a lie. It is a lie. Do not believe a lie, because you will be in for a rude awakening. You try it with me. Everybody will go to jail. Everybody will go to jail. Anyone coming over here to F with me, you will go to jail, because I'm not the one to be playing with. Seriously. Now, back in the day, I was a little kind because, you know, I didn't think people were like this, but it's getting bad out here. People are wicked. And if you're connected to some organization, which I know this person is particularly, you got to be doing this for money or something, because this is weird. And then you're attacking me, like trying to break me. I'm not going to be broken. Like, I'm not, because I have the most high God in my life. So anyway, with that said, let's get some messages. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. So we got the 9 of Swords energy. Someone's stressing out. They're overthinking. They're stressing out. Anyone who got paid to like do something like that, or like comment on their comments to amp it up and lie and say, oh yeah, she did this to me, you're not gonna have no luck. You just can't. So the Emperor is coming out. If you done lied or said something to my kids to paint me out to be something that I'm not, you're not gonna have no luck either. So we got the Emperor, we got the King of Swords, we got the Knight of Cups energy here. Clarify this. And we got the 3 of Swords. So there is either a child, or there could be like someone who is being very childish that is currently feeling in pain. Like they're trying to heal from things that have been said to them. So this could be a child that's trying to heal from things that have been said about them. It's to the point where I went, you know, I'm talking to a teacher, you know, trying to find out some information from my daughter, and my daughter, she's scared I might, never mind, I'm not gonna say that part, but I have to unlearn, like I have to teach my children, because there are people trying to mislead some things, and I gotta grab control of that, you know, because that's not cool. But anyway, what I'm seeing here, there are people who are under judgment. They're having to have a harsh reality. And so there are people who are having like concerns about their destiny, where they're headed. You know, they're in for a rude awakening. They're going through heartbreak. These are people who are needing to heal. They got a lot of stress going on in their life because of wicked things that they've done. So we got the 2 of Pentacles. What is this? Some juggling. So we got Knight of Wands energy with the 2 of Swords. So they could be feeling like, maybe like what I'm getting is someone's gonna try you. Someone was trying to try you, but they're noticing that you're not that person. So let's just say someone is saying, yeah, you could get some from her. Like this is a person that's thinking about how to do it, but you're blocked off. You know, you're representing someone that's 9 of Pentacles. This is someone who's done a lot of work on yourself. Okay? So if you've healed and if you've done a lot of work on yourself, you're not gonna be into any type of flighty energy where someone thinks that they can just run in and run out, or you know, this is not what you represent. You love yourself. You done a lot of self-love work on yourself. So anyone who thinks that they could just like do something like that, you're not going to do it. So we got the 7 of Swords. This is someone lying. Someone definitely lying, saying you slept with somebody. Okay, so there is something posted of you, and if it's posted now or whenever it was posted, definitely seeing something posted. I'm seeing that you're going to be healing from this. People are talking a lot about this, and everything that they're saying is a lie. So I'm seeing here with this is a secret that's happening. Something happened with someone lying and saying that you sleep with people for money, and that's not true. So we got the death card here. This could have happened in the past, or it could be happening now. I asked for the Most High God to step in on everybody involved in this and these lies that have been said, because people now are looking at it like, was it even worth it? Like, this wasn't worth it. They're looking at all the effort they went into everything. It looked like it was a lot of people saying things about this situation. So we got the Five of Wands with the Queen of Wands. So this is a person who's possibly doesn't know you that did this. For what though? It's just like, why would you do something like that? What would be the reason? What would be the reason? Look what you come out as, chosen. The Empress, Why would someone do this to you? For money, for gain? Because of trying to win at all costs? I'm trying to figure out, what is someone trying to win? Because at the end of the day, you're still, God is still shining on you with the death card. You're still transforming. You're still transitioning. And why that's happening, someone's real uncomfortable with the choices that they made. This is a fire sign man. This could be a father or someone who's agreed to do something like this. This is a person who lied, saying, maybe this is a person who told someone else to lie. Like, they just wanted to bring you down real bad. Yeah, they successfully accomplished this, but was the money worth it? So someone did this for money, and there were a lot of people involved, all for money, So anyway, with that said, I'm just seeing with the Strength card, you're still standing, So there was a smear campaign happening when it comes to your sexuality, causing you to feel burdened, left out in the cold. For what? And this King of Cups, this is the person possibly that I went to the party with, just to celebrate, because he told me that this person said that there was going to be another person from our school coming, but they never came. So we took pictures. I'm thinking it's just all innocent, because it's not the first time that this person and I hung out, but we never were intimate. Just because you meet a guy doesn't mean you have to be intimate. I respect my body, and I know all the chosen do. When you are a chosen being, you respect your body. You don't mistreat your body or allow people. You only allow people to mislead you because you're not aware. So let's just say you may have dated someone, and the whole time the goal was to get a picture of you and them, or some way of you guys being intimate, showing your body. Like, this is what I realized. Like, this is what the stars do. Like, because this sound familiar with like how famous people do when they get caught up in situations and they're saying, oh, I never did that. Like Michael Jackson, saying that he never, touched it, that he never, did whatever to a child. Like, now, it's just like people will lie on you to try to change how other people see you. That is a humiliation ritual. So with the Ten of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, someone thought really practical on how to do this. This was all planned. So you got a Queen of Pentacles with the Five of Wands here. This is a person who was real mad. Clarify this energy here. Queen of Swords energy. These are women. So what I'm seeing here, like, even though these women may not like you, these are also women who are hurt and have been hurt by men. With the Eight of Wands, they're not happy in their situation. They're looking at it as if it was worth it because they still turned out to have a broken heart. And also karma. Also, this toxicity for money, it didn't lead to nothing but for them to feel as if they are not going to be it's just like they didn't get, nothing was worth it. Now they're feeling the after effects of what they've done. So with the judgment card here, it shows you who is accessible or acceptable to like low vibrational things. Like anyone can walk up to you and ask you to do something and you do it. So these are people who are under judgment. You will receive justice for this. If this ever happened to you, I'm sorry this has happened to you. But yeah, this was based on a whole lie. I've never been promiscuous. I've never slept with nobody for money. Someone's lying. So if you believe that, that's a lie. It's all a lie. It was all for money. And now this person's took money and they're under judgment too. It's not a joke, especially to lie on someone who's a chosen being. Like I'm actually a person that really does this. Like I'm not out here just saying something and not doing it. Like I'm actually walk like this. The other day I was telling my daughter, and I know this is TMI, but I feel like from the beginning, I always was. So this little girl, when I was a little kid, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and seen me and my neighbor, we used to go to the same school. Her name was Christina. I'm not going to say her whole name, but her name was Christina. We were in the same class and she was in the bathroom crying. And I'm like, what's wrong? We had to be about 7 years old. This is the devil card that come out. Definitely someone either caught in a toxic cycle, or this could even be the little girl in the bathroom. She was going through a lot with her dad. I feel like he was sexually, her, because there were always issues with that as a kid, but they never like really talked about it. But it was like things that were being said that I couldn't understand, but now that I put two and two together, I'm like, okay. But anyway, with that said, she was in the bathroom crying, and as she was crying, I asked her, I said, what's wrong? She was like, I boo-booed in my panties. And so I told her, I said, we'll take them off and I'll wash them out for you. And so I did that. I remember that to this day. Not saying like, I don't know. It's just like, as like when you're a kid and you do certain things, like not all children will do stuff like that. But like my daughter, she reminds me of myself as a kid. But anyway, with that said, that's what happened. When you do stuff like that, that shows you like who you represent as a person. Not saying that everybody goes around doing stuff like that, but that's that genuine nature that you have. That's that loving nature that you have. And that's just how I've always been. But it's just like, it seems like people don't want to see you in that light when you really come out as a divine being. You come out as a divine being, but people would say the total opposite because they don't want to see you in that light. Because they're not in that light. And it's just like, why don't you work to be on that light? Stop trying to take someone else's shine because maybe you may not be where you want to be. Work on yourself. You want to bring someone else down. So I feel like someone was showing your child this because, with the 7 of Cups, this looks like like social media, and a child is here along with other people and the dad or something like that. Even though this may be tarot, some people say, oh, you take tarot too seriously. However, I've found out a lot of things through tarot. And this is something that I like to do. But there's always happen to be facts too. But there, when something is not adding up, like you going to certain places and people are doing this, or you told this person to change your number, and to come to find out the person that you called has the number, like, and you didn't even call on that phone, and they have your new number. Stuff like that, you got to put two and two together. Or when your phone is being tapped in, when you're on apps and everyone is, it's just a lot going, it's just a lot of stuff. So with that said, you got to go through multiple streams to protect yourself. But even through that, there is always someone a step ahead trying to, I don't know, like, I wish people would just leave me alone. I wish people would leave the chosen alone. So with the 10 of Wands and the Page of Swords, this is someone stressing out. Like, they're watching you continue to rise, even get through all the toxic shit that they're putting you through. It's like, okay, well, let's see if she can handle this today. Let's see if she can handle that. Like, I mean, just leave a person alone. Let them live their life and you move on. This is just too much. Someone needs to heal. Someone needs to heal. It's not right what this person is doing. It's really not right. It's unrighteous. There needs to be healing happening, because this is too toxic. It's too much jealousy, envy, like whatever this is that people have towards you, and you have you have an invisible competition that you're in with other people. You don't know what's going on. You're just continuing to work on yourself, continuing to do, because the thing is, it may seem like you got everything together, but honestly, it's a lot that you're dealing with. And then not on top of that, you got other people trying to start shit with you, and you don't even know people. Like, that to me is crazy. Because even though someone could be trying to ruin your reputation, it still doesn't take away who you represent as a person. Like, you're still going to be that person because you've done the work. They'll never be able, like, just like someone said, if someone goes to school and get their degree, no one can take that knowledge away from them. You cannot take what this person has worked for, because it's in them. It's in you, it's in you. You can't take that from that person. If anything, go do the work and heal. Why is it a huge community or a community coming after one person? You need all these people to do all this. There will always be justice, especially if a person is righteous and they're doing the right thing. And you continuing to bring like flighty energy. Stop bringing people to this person, because this person is not going to be intimate with nobody unless it's like marriage. You know what I'm saying? Now it's to that point. Everybody got to get tested. Everybody got to. No one's, this is toxic. No one's dealing with that no more. Everyone has to get tested. And you know what? They have, if you go to CVS or somewhere, if you are intimate, like I'm not even intimate no more. I don't even want to be. It's not even, all that big of a deal. Like, I don't know why people think like I've never been like a sexual person like that. Intimacy has never been like, it's not that important to me. But if you're with someone you love, then that's just what you'll have to do, I guess. But it's, people make it such a big deal. Like, this is what people need every day. Some people, not all. But it's not fulfilling. It causes you to drain yourself anyway. So even, with that said, it's just like all of this energy, you just empowering the other person to get through any obstacle. Every obstacle this person has gotten through and will continue to get through the obstacles, while others are trying to ruin someone's character because of, I don't know what it is, but they built a bunch of people together to maybe like attack you in some way, falsely report you, your channel, go against you, like say things that are not true, because it's not slut shaming, because you're not a slut. You've not none of that. Someone just don't want you to be this. But it's like, you done the work. You didn't cheat on your test. Someone's trying to steal your sunshine. If you've ever been through this situation, if someone has ever tried to defame your character or make you or paint you out to be something that you know you're not, speak up for yourself. Speak up for yourself. Because you only got you. You only got you. And people get mad when you defend yourself, but there are people out here who are doing the shit. And it's like, oh, she's speaking up for herself. Let's get her now. Let's get her some more. Like, how many times are you going to do this? How long is this going to go on? It's been going on for a long time. I don't understand why. I'm still confused. I'm confused. Like, I have to really do this because there are people that have tried to, it's like someone's tried to, touch, like the person at the candle store. When he did that to me, I cussed his ass out. Because I don't know, like, you're telling, oh yeah, go touch her breasts and you can get money. Like, we gonna make her feel real low. No, you're not gonna make me feel real low. Because I'm gonna check that person and I'm gonna put that person in jail. Like, that night when I woke up butt naked and stuff like that, I should have called the police. But instead, I was just like, maybe, because I'm thinking that this person really likes me and stuff like that. I'm thinking, I didn't think that this was a game. So people can be sent to you to play a game. I'm not in for your freaking games. Your low vibrational thinking and your plans and your strategic methods and how to bring a person down. Like, that's some weird ass shit. To sit here and plot and plan on someone to try to bring them down for what? I don't want to be a part of your freaking game. So it says, trust your body's energy when they're near. Okay? So anyone being sent to you, you have to make sure, like, get tested. Because nowadays, people have diseases that are not able, these are diseases that are not something you can get rid of. Like, you got to be careful who you're sleeping with. Watch your back. Be your own bodyguard. Any little thing that someone does slide, take it offensively. Because everybody out here, they're not trying to, like, be cool with you. They're not kumbayaing with you like that. Some people out here are really wanting to bring you down. They have an agenda. They were put on this earth to bring you down and block you from your destiny. It's to the point where you don't even want to be in your own city or state no more. And someone in the comments said that to me. And I feel like they were saying that's what these people are trying to do. Like, now I'm putting two and two together. They're saying it's happening to them, but maybe you don't know. Maybe this person is thinking that, maybe like subliminally saying that this is what they're trying to do to you. So we have let them and his flying monkey spiral. They're playing games in a realm you've already outgrown. You don't need revenge. Your glow up is the closure. Stay silent, stay guided, unbothered. Spirit is already handling it. Okay? So yeah, protect yourself. Guard yourself. I just had to put security cameras up now. Because the people there, they were, just doing shit. Now I can see everything. I can see everything. You know, so anyone try to lie on me, it's going to be there. So it says someone of high status has HIV. Return to sender has hit them very hard, 1,000-fold. Messages from the Most High. Their rejection was the redirection I ordained. Ashe. And it says this person is going to jail. They've been doing death spells on you. Death spells, gossip spells, evil spells, work being watched by the Most High, and they're being watched by and they were being watched by the Most High the whole time. And then it says this person or people are on crack cocaine. It's bad, but they function well. Message from the Most High. I chose you before they doubted you. Another one is no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue that rises up against you shall not prevail. Ashe. So, you know, it's getting wicked out here now. Okay? It's getting kind of heavy. So it says they thought they could play you. Now they're watching you win. Still tied to other energies. Be careful. They have codependency issues and ain't stopping. So it says this person is in an occult and is doing chaos spells to end your life and to level up. Return to sender. Message from the Most High. I saw what they did and I will deal with them. And it says they did all that for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was no point in doing it. You didn't never do nothing to these people like that. The only thing you did was cut people off. And because you cut people off, they want to make up some story about you that's not true. I've never sold my body for money. I've never slept with a million guys. You know, I've dated someone. I liked that person. We, you know, possibly did some things, but that's my business. I'm single. I'm grown. I can date who I want. Unfortunately, the person that I was seeing could have possibly been connected to someone of my past. And so it was all an agenda. This is the shit people do. You know, I'm not into that. I'm authentic. I'm genuine. When I meet you, I want to give you so much love. I want to respect you. I want to honor you. I want to give you the highest love you have never experienced. I want to uplift you and make you feel as if you could do anything in your life. Like, that's my whole purpose in being in anyone's life. Anyone, my kids, any friend, any family member, anyone say any different, you're a lie. So it says they think that if they discredit you, they'll inherit your favor. Never. Because again, everyone has their own path. You cannot jump inside someone else's body and be them. You got to do the work. This connection is a mirror of your growth. See? Some people didn't do the work. They are playing both sides. Don't trust them. And they were. There are family members that were into this. They knew everything that was going on. Okay? So don't believe the hype. Don't believe everything you hear, because you miss out on good people that actually, you know, will bring you up, you know. But unfortunately, the way people move nowadays, it's weird. It's weird. So we got change in the wind. This is number 12. So it says, a sense that unseen change has been initiated. Preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift of uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra stripe. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air. Scatter seeds and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what's coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. Yeah, so there's shifts that are happening for people. And these shifts, what are these shifts? Definitely some people being under judgment. Yeah, a cycle is closed. Maybe you close out a cycle with a fire sign. I'm seeing here that you're speaking up for yourself. You're telling your truth. And there are people who want to fight the message. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, you know who you are. Don't have sex with people. It is not a good time. Because I've been seeing a lot of negativity. Yeah, people took money for gain. To gain. Some people took money to make you look like you were a bad person. And it wasn't true. So someone's hurting because of money that they took. It didn't even last long, it looked like, and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Song I'm hearing is Keep Your Head to the Sky. In the midst of sorrow, no, you don't have to stumble and fall. No matter how hard reality seems. To the dream. Yeah. I gotta listen to that song. As long as you keep your head to the sky. So with that, someone's like, was it worth being toxic? That wasn't even worth it, because look, you're free. And this person is stuck with something they don't even want to be stuck with. They looking at it like, what? Like, I don't like that energy. It don't make sense. So no, you were not having sex for money. You never had sex for money. Anyone lied about that, they're under judgment. God is definitely watching, because someone definitely lied on your name saying you were intimate with people. Also telling possibly your children that, having your children look at you differently. This person ain't gonna have no luck. So each person that took a picture, like, you didn't know that they did that. You didn't know, like, people had photos of you in your vulnerable moments. Like, people had pictures of you secretly. They had pictures. This is the truth being revealed. They had pictures. Like, you thinking, oh, hey, like, you're free, but someone secretly had an agenda to get a picture or something. And the picture that you took with another person, you never even been with that person. So the person that you were with betrayed you. This was a person who was unhealthy. It was, and what I mean by unhealthy, I mean like a person who was not righteous. Thank God that thank God that you didn't get nothing with that person. Because what I'm seeing here is this person was very toxic. You thinking that you guys were serious, but this person, they feel bad for what they were doing. They were doing something very toxic. Definitely posted you. And I should have called, next time, if you're in that type of energy, if you're dealing with that type of situation, call the police. Call the police, because then that way, if anything gets shown, you will have your evidence. Protect yourself by all means necessary, ladies. These men out here, some of these men, they either on drugs, they're alcoholics, they smoke too much, or something's going on. Something's going on, because I don't see how people make the decisions that they make. But thank God that you're clear and clean, and you are healthy, and you got your mind. You got your mind, and God is going to continue to bless you no matter what. No matter what people say about you. If someone's moving weird, know that is your instincts telling you that there's someone who is does not have your best interest. Get to know these people. Get to know these people. Get to know these people. Okay? And you'll always win, because you won't be laying down with someone. Wear protection. Always protect yourself. And honestly, I wouldn't even say be intimate right now. I would say don't be intimate until you know for sure of the person's intentions. Find you like a spiritual reader that's going to guide you and give you real information, because this was a person that I asked a reader about, and they told me, yes, this person has good intentions towards me. And so even though like you may be a reader or something, sometimes you just want clarification. So you get it from other people to make sure. And there are people who are possibly under the agenda too. So the message that you gotten wasn't even coming from someone didn't give you the right information. You can't get mad at that person though, because again, this is your life. You can't put your life in other people's hands. You got to make sure that the Most High is always guiding you. If God didn't tell you to do it, you ain't supposed to do it. And you can't get mad at anyone for giving you you can't get mad at anyone for telling you anything that is wrong. Because at the end of the day, again, this is your life, your experience, your journey, your soul's journey. And these are your own lessons that you have to learn. Anyway, with that message said, let's pull one last oracle. And then we have come to the edge. And that's number 36. I would say, like, ask your spiritual team to heighten your intuition more and more so that you won't need other people to help you. So it says courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated. To feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. So in order to heal from a smear campaign, the only thing you can do is be yourself. Because that's who you were all along. So the smear campaign is filled with a bunch of lies. You cannot convince people of who you are and whose you are. You have to just be that light. And if people walk away from you because of a lie, then that's just what, that's what what it is. They never was for you in the first place. So you got a new life, blessed, milk and honey, and come to the edge. Yeah. So you got a blessed life here. You having a blessed life. Your life is blessed. Okay? No matter what the enemy says, because you go by the book. And no matter what people say about you, you know who you are. And you know God rocks what you chosen. And anyone trying to put you through some sort of humiliation ritual or humiliation spell, or do like a smear campaign to discredit you and who you are, just know that you can stand strong and true to yourself. This is how you heal from this spiritual warfare that's currently going on. People who trying to break you when they're building you at the same time. People are in disbelief on how strong you are and how capable you are of getting through any obstacle. You got this, chosen. Anyway, with that said, that was my story. I know it may be TMI, but at the end of the day, this is a channel of truth. And I just want to tell it because shoot, I need to say it. I don't want, I just need to say it, you know? Anyway, because the thing is, someone did a video saying a lot of horrible things, and even though like this person doesn't know me, I feel it in some way was directed to me. And so people have you misconstrued when they don't know you. Like, how can you talk about someone and don't know them? That's painful to talk about people that you don't know. You don't know that person. You only heard what someone else said. You got to get to the truth. You know, stop judging people. You know, that's why, like, I don't jump, you know, you can't jump in and say, oh, I don't like that person, if you never met that person. You've never had a personal experience with that person. You only heard one half of the story. You never heard the whole story. So how can you judge someone off of that? Off of what someone else told you or what you saw? You know, people nowadays, they can put pictures together. They could say anything. And, you know, someone did try to expose my imperfections and things that I may feel insecure about. But I've learned to love those parts of myself too. That's what you have to do. You got to love yourself anyway. Even when people try to throw you off with what they don't like about you. Because every man likes a certain part of a body or whatever. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you prefer. That's what you like. Why are you so, you know, like, that's your life. That's what you like. You know, everybody likes what they like, you know? So why are you trying to bring someone else down? Because someone else likes you, because you like that. Like, you don't have to bring someone else down. You're showing people, oh yeah, ask her how her feet look. Ask her this, like... It's funny to me because these men are old. Like, you like 50 years old, dude. Trying to pick on me. You know, you're old. You're doing too much to bring me down, and you're only looking dumb in the end. Because I'm going to rise up every time. You done did too much. Anyway, with that said, have a beautiful day, y'all.